Today we are here in Gallatin, Tennessee at the Paddock. We are going to walk through this Kalen floor plan by Southeastern Building. And one of the realities of living in a new construction neighborhood is sometimes there is still going to be construction going around you, and there's going to be dust, just like there's dust on this garage door right here. But don't let little things like that freak you out if you are considering purchasing a home like this, because those are just the types of things that'll get fixed before you get into the home. Now, throughout the course of this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about who I think this home is ideal for. And we're also going to talk about some of the things that I actually don't like about it. But on the whole, I really think this is a great home. I appreciate this little entryway here. You know, for a villa, this home is very nice. It gets a lot of natural light into it. You do have windows on the three different sides of it. So as opposed to, you know, like a middle townhome unit where you only have windows on the front and the back, here you have a decent amount of natural light coming in from all three sides that are available with windows on them into the home, which is excellent. Now, this area here, as you can see, is the open concept living room, dining room, and kitchen. As we will see here in a moment, lots of nice lighting fixtures that they put in this home. Really big fan of the choices that they made for this dining room and the kitchen as well. But I want to take your attention just very quickly to the fact that there's actually no coat closet in this area right here. In fact, there's no coat closet in the room. You do have this linen closet right here, which will sort of service the dining area as well as the living room. Whatever you may need for, you know, tablecloths and napkins and all that kind of stuff, whatever it is that you do with your dining room table. But no actual coat closet located up front here. So this time of year, you got to take your coat off. Just go ahead and put it in your bedroom closet. That's probably your best bet. But here we are taking a look at this open concept kitchen. And one thing about this is that there's definitely counter space. There's not an immense amount of counter space. A lot of that's going to probably be filled up. This is a sort of a smaller kitchen island here, though it is eat-in, so there is room for stools underneath there. But I feel like it's still like enough to be able to entertain, especially if you consider you're going to have a dining room table over there. You know, if you're the type of person that likes having sort of small, tight-knit, you know, family friends, get-togethers and whatnot, I think that this is a really great spot for that. It may not host the world's largest Super Bowl party, but you can certainly, at the very worst, have a great time being able to entertain in this area right here. Nice, beautiful backsplash, as you can see, and there is, you know, regardless, there is quite a lot of cabinet space and drawer space in here as well, as you can see. And I gotta kind of just point out, over in the corner here, growing up in my house, this spot, we had a little aftermarket Lazy Susan, and this is where we kept our canned goods. Why we kept them in here and not in the pantry, I don't know, but that's just what we did. So make of this space whatever you want to do with it. Either way, it does have an ample amount of cabinet and drawer space. You have a nice kitchen backsplash right here, vent hood for your flat top electric grill right there as well. Now, this kitchen island, it is a little bit smaller. It's not like it's tiny, but it certainly doesn't have like an immense amount of space on it. Plenty of space, though, in order to act as a little like breakfast spot. There is space on the other side there for stools. Over here, we have the butler's pantry section. You have a little nice spot if you want to put some nice china, maybe a couple extra appliances on this spot over here, kind of out of the way from the rest of what's going on in the kitchen. And then, of course, you do have the walk-in pantry over here as well, which is a nice size for a home of this size, to be sure. So to me, this kitchen really has a lot of space to put stuff, but it's got a little bit less space to work with. Especially if you're going to have appliances on the counters over there. I mean, you can make it work. It's not like it's not enough space to do what you need to do, but especially when we kind of talk about entertaining and whatnot, one thing that will come in handy is a double oven. As you can see, you have right there. These are all Samsung appliances right underneath the microwave that you saw as well. Now, in a moment here, I want to talk a little bit about who I think this home is good for. But I realize I haven't even mentioned yet that this is actually a single story villa. Okay, so 3 beds, 3 baths, a little over 1,800 square feet, and it's single story with a 2-car garage. Now, why that's relevant to the conversation about, who's it good for, we also might want to mention the fact that we're here at the Paddock, and the Paddock is a maintenance-free community, so you don't need to maintain your lawn. You don't need to maintain the exterior of the home. That's taken care of by your monthly HOA fee, okay? And that HOA fee is going to look like $230 a month. There's also going to be a bundled insurance that you will sort of help serve for those common aspects of the villa, and the villa that's right next to you as well. So your regular homeowners insurance will be lower as a result of that. So let's think for a moment about who this home makes sense for. Well, honestly, there's a lot of different applications in my mind, but something that just kind of pops out to me is perhaps somebody who's downsizing and who is at a point where they're retiring. They're looking for a spot where they want to live, where they don't have to maintain a yard. They don't have to maintain the exterior of the home. That's all taken care of for you. That's a great option right here at the Paddock, and this is a single-story home. And another set of people that this might make a lot of sense for would be somebody maybe kind of like myself. And I say that because maybe you have a parent, or you have someone in your life or people in your life who you may want to stay at the home, whether it's on an ongoing basis, or if it's just for a few months out of the year, or even just a couple of weeks. To be able to have a home that can sort of service our parents, especially as they get older. My dad, he's going strong, don't get me wrong, but he's got a couple of bad knees. He refuses to slow down and doesn't want to retire. I'm sure you all know the type. But when I think about him getting older, especially with his knees being the way they are, I worry that, something might happen. And to be able to have a place like this that would service him on the first floor and not have to sort of, have those worries as he gets older, those are hard conversations to have for sure. But it's just sort of a nice peace of mind to have everything on a single story for that type of situation, so that doesn't have to be a concern. Now, coming outside here to the porch area, this is one of the aspects of the home that I don't totally love, and it starts with sort of the lack of privacy here. Also, if you do have little ones, this sort of just falls off right here, right? Like it just kind of like there's like a couple feet drop over there. Now you could certainly put like a curtain over it, and maybe even, like an aftermarket gate or something that you would put across that. But I just think it's a little weird because it just kind of drops down a couple feet. There's no steps or anything, so just something to keep in mind. Now that up there is a little storage space. I think one thing when we were in the garage earlier, there's not a ton of extra space in that garage, but you do have that storage space up top there, and there is a decent amount of space to put stuff up there as well. Just so you're aware, if you are looking to do some downsizing and whatnot, or you just got a lot of stuff, there's more space for it than just in these closets, because with a single story home, sometimes you don't have as many opportunities, though once in a while you actually have more space, but it's a little bit more centralized with the storage, kind of like that attic is. You're going to need a ladder to get up there. You're going to have to go up the ladder, so that's a concern. Not always going to be the most accessible spot in the home, so just something to keep in mind if you are somebody who has a lot of stuff that you want to sort of hide away. That's the best spot to do it. There's a decent amount of space, but it's not the sort of easiest to get in and out of, so just be aware of that. Now, this is one of the other bedrooms. We looked at the first one. Two of the bedrooms in this home have ensuite bathrooms, okay? And this is one of them. The other one is the primary, which we will look at in just a moment. That first bedroom that we looked at, does have the bathroom outside of it, but it is it's not ensuite, but it's probably also going to sort of act, that other bathroom that is, as a common area bathroom as well. So when you're having people over and whatnot, that's going to be sort of where everybody's probably congregating if they need to use the bathroom. So just kind of keep that in mind for there. But these other two bedrooms do have their own ensuite bathrooms in it. And over here, we have that other linen closet sort of on the reverse side of where the one in the dining area is located, right here, outside of the primary bedroom. And as we turn around right here, we'll go ahead and step inside that. You do have a nice amount of natural light that comes in there from that porch area into here. And you do have this little sort of like entryway into the bedroom, which I find curious. I like that. You don't see that all too often in a home like this, but it kind of becomes necessary just with the shape of everything. You do have a tray ceiling in here, makes the primary always feel much more spacious up top and comfortable in there. And as you can see, this home does back up to some nice privacy with the woods in the back. Not an immediate access point in the back over here. Obviously, you have that porch on the side of the home, so that's a little different. Okay, but you do have a nice amount of privacy back there. You have that little wooded spot right there, and that's really great, especially when, you know, if you're going to be able to have those windows open and you like having that sunlight come in, you don't have somebody directly behind you being a little peeping Tom, right? Now, here we are in the primary bathroom, as you can see, and you do have dual vanities here. Now, most of the design options that Southeastern chooses in their spec homes for the bathrooms and whatnot tend to be sort of the standard stuff. I do like the lighting fixtures that they did out in the kitchen and dining area, but most of the stuff in the bathrooms is pretty straightforward. Now, one of the things I really like about this bathroom too, and I appreciate about any primary bathroom, is when it has a separate water closet. It just makes life a lot easier when two people are sharing a bathroom, that's for sure. Do have a nice walk-in shower here. This is a 4-fixture bathroom, as you can see, and it has some nice tile here on the side. And once again, as you can see, they did choose some of those standard design options for the shower head and handle, but you do have this nice little seat here in the corner, which is very convenient. Now, I realized that I didn't have a chance to mention yet that this home and this neighborhood is all zoned for Station Camp schools. That's the elementary, middle, and high school. Also, because you're in Sumner County, you do have access to Merrill Hyde Magnet School, which is a K through 12, one of the top rated schools in all of Tennessee. We also have a number of private schools. There's Pope John Paul II, which is an 8 through 12, as well as Hendersonville Christian Academy. And we also have a number of homeschool resources here in the area as well. Now, if you're considering the new home construction process, whether you're looking to purchase a new construction home or you're looking to build one from scratch, check out my free resource. You can download it right here with the QR code or in the top link in the description down below. Nashville New Builds, 5 costly mistakes all buyers should avoid. Check that out. Let me know what you think. It was designed by my wife, who's an incredible graphic designer, so you should download it for that reason alone. My name is Darren A. Wilson. I am a realtor here in the greater Nashville, Tennessee area. I love helping people out with the new construction process. Contact me right here and let's chat. If you enjoyed this video, please like it down below, and you can also hover over my head in the corner in order to subscribe. I do home tours like this and community tours as well, so you can check that out right there. If you want to watch another video right now, you can check out this one of a home tour that I did at Nearwater Place in Hendersonville of the Cumberland floor plan. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.